like that music that we use for this. Hopefully it's playing right now. That would be ideal. Well, I'm Dr. Robert McNeill.
Are you?
Yes. Go by Bob or Bobby.
I have a very important question. I'm Steph Ganter, and the part of the reason for this video is
this
figuring...
a question for them or for me?
For anyone who's... To whom it may concern.
To whom it may concern.
We've had a lot of comments and questions. The whole point of this video is to figure out how much Harvard attire do you actually own?
You're terrible.
Go
on.
Do you have the half
Next,
zip,
next,
the cufflinks, the tie, the winter jacket, the polo,
wow,
the long sleeve?
First of all,
the full zip.
Well, forget that. What are we talking about today? We're between two teeth. We've got the teeth.
Oh, yeah. So we're between two teeth?
Now, listen, you're not wanting to talk about what we talked about talking about, which is what? Judgment.
Well, you got to make sure you're directing this appropriately, though.
You brought it up, and you've had a tough time dealing with it ever since you brought it up. Tell me more about that. And before you start with that, part of the judgment thing, I figured we'd dress a little sloppy. My hair is a little obtuse.
This is my daily attire. So,
so go on. Talk to me about
So my original comment here was talking about how, personally, I don't feel really great if I'm a little...
I'm getting you closer to the mic.
If I'm a little different. And a lot of that... Are you done laughing at my vulnerability?
Yeah, sorry. Okay, sorry. Cool. Well,
You're sorry.
No! It's my tooth.
So here's the deal. So one of the things that I struggle with is just kind of, I'm sorry, I'm told to be vulnerable.
Faster.
So the short, very quick version of trying to unpack.
Get to it. You're dancing around.
This is hard stuff.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, you said judgment.
Do you want to watch this or not?
Kinda.
Okay,
right.
So anyway, one of the things you're discussing is how I have a real problem with being different, and that's not a fun thing.
That's shocking to me.
Why is that shocking?
Because you ride a motorcycle, you play hockey, you do all these different things.
Right, but if you're, and I'm not introverted, but at the same time, there's a part of me that just wants to fit in. And it's tough to be, no offense, younger and not feel as though you fit in.
I've never wanted to fit in.
Well, you're a larger person, so that was ever possible?
Seriously? I'm literally on a Yeti cooler.
Finally, yes, of course.
All right, I'm going to sit straight up.
There you go. Nice posture.
Well, so how are you dealing with judgment?
I'm not dealing...
Judgment?
It's not judgment. It's I guess if it's any judgment, it's just personal or self-judgment. It's not judgment from others.
Are you... Okay. Tell me more about that.
So I think we project our own feelings and our own insecurities on everyone else. So like if I walk into a room and I'm insecure about a number of things, if someone looks at me wrong, and it's not them, it's just, it's how I perceive that. If in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, Steph, maybe you didn't do your hair right for that day. Or,
like mine?
Yeah, yours is...
You wouldn't walk out like this, would you?
I've never had short hair like that, so I don't know. But like for me, if you were to look at me, but in my head I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't do my hair right, and you look at me like that.
How do you move past this?
Can I finish my point?
Okay.
Then in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, he also thinks I didn't do my hair right, and you weren't thinking that at all. You just were looking at me. And
I don't pay attention to a lot of things.
That's good for you. Great.
It's good and bad. But I do pay attention to other things. So, to wrap it up, how are you moving forward with what we're talking about?
I think the first thing is to voice some of this negativity in your own head. Whenever you voice it and you kind of make it real, suddenly it sounds ridiculous. It's almost if I I'm not. I read the Harry Potter books, and I'm gonna make it a little nerdy here, but there's a spell in there that I'm being told to hurry again, which is really
No, when I do this sign down here,
no,
you don't tell them.
It's a fun Harry Potter reference. So here it is. So they're talking about getting over their fears, and the spell it says ridiculous, and they have to think of something ridiculous. And so in the same way, when you're talking back to yourself, if you voice it, it almost, and especially if you tell a friend, they tell you, that is ridiculous. Yeah. And it helps you to kind of get past and kind of problem shoot that the next time it happens.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Well, hope you love what we're talking about. If you do, please hit the subscribe button down below here somewhere. And we are Between Two Teeth. Thanks for joining us.